3 Syracuse defensive backs are expected to be selected in the NFL draft come late April. The top 2 guys being coveted safety Andre Sisco and cornerback Ifantu Malifanwu, both projected to go in the first 3 rounds. The underdog of the group, Trill Williams, he's expected to go anywhere from the 5th to the 7th round. Now, former NFL and college football coach Jim Mora Jr. said Williams is greatly overshadowed because those other guys are so darn good, unquote. Now, the 2021 NFL Draft is set to begin on April 29th and conclude on May 1st. To see what teams take a chance on Syracuse's top players, stay up with NCC News. Outside of the Carrier Dome, I'm Talha Rao. A day after losing freshman Kadari Richmond to the transfer portal, the Syracuse men's basketball team has picked up a 6'3" guard from Marquette in Samir Torrance. The decision was easy for the Syracuse native, as he's always dreamed about putting on an orange jersey and playing in front of family. Torrance said his relationship with the Orange staff has been there throughout his high school and his college years. The transfer received a phone call from head coach Jim Boeheim and his son Buddy, which was enough for Torrance to make the final decision. As college basketball's transfer portal keeps busy, we'll keep you up to date on NCC News. This is Talha Rao outside of the Carmelo K. Anthony Center. Back to you guys. Football is here. Well, spring football is at least, and for the Syracuse Orange, it was their first day of spring ball today. Following practice, head coach Dino Babers addressed changes in the depth chart, with the biggest concerns coming in at the quarterback position. Now, with 6 guys competing for the same spot, it's going to be a tough decision for the Orange come fall time. Right now, the top 2 guys are returner Tommy DeVito and transfer quarterback Garrett Schrader. As Syracuse's roster takes shape come fall time, we will keep you up to date. With NCC News, this is Talha Rao outside of the Carrier Dome. The Syracuse women's basketball team currently stands with just 5 players on its roster after a total of 10 have decided to seek a transfer. Starters Kiara Lewis and Digna Stroutmana are amongst the athletes leaving, and 6th Player of the Year Emily Enksler has also decided to part ways with the Orange. Now, interestingly enough, Enksler will be staying within the Atlantic Coast Conference, as she will be joining the Louisville Cardinals. Such a high turnover rate is not the norm, especially for a team who's been to 8 consecutive NCAA tournaments. Now, this roster will look completely different next season, as Coach Quinn Hillsman is bringing in one of the top 15 classes in the nation, which include Latasha Lattimore and Cheyenne Day Wilson. As the Syracuse women's roster shapes up, we will keep you up to date on NCC Sports. This is Talha Rao outside of the Carmelo K. Anthony Center. Back to you guys. The Syracuse men's basketball season ended just a short week ago. Several players have already entered their name into the transfer portal, including freshman Kadari Richmond. Richmond was a key part of Syracuse's success this season, as the freshman ranked in top 3 in the ACC in steals per game. As the transfers keep coming, we'll keep you up to date on NCC News. This is Talha Rao outside of the Carrier Dome. Back to you. Basketball, tennis, softball, and soccer.
Come on, Sid.
Oh my. Sydney Lusher is a 4-sport varsity athlete at Oneida High School. She's part of the All-Central New York team in 3 of the 4 sports and has been playing sports ever since she can remember.
I played soccer and softball since I was really little, but I got into tennis because my sister liked playing tennis for school ball.
But the sound of a ball hitting the hardwood is what Lusher lusts the most.
I love handling the ball, getting people open shots, moving the ball fast, getting up and down on fast breaks, just everything.
The 5'10" point guard watches and learns from the best. She tries to emulate some of her favorite players like
Luka Doncic and LaMelo Ball, and a little bit of Steph Curry too.
Lusher's favorite part of the game is getting her teammates involved and watch them flourish. But there is a part of Lusher's game that her coaches believe can take a big leap.
I've been told a lot that I need to shoot more, but just getting more physical, getting more aggressive.
The person constantly telling Lusher to be more assertive is none other than her life coach and her dad.
One of the fathers came up to me after the game and said, "Your daughter could have scored 50 points, but she loves passing the ball, setting other people up for shots. I think she gets more kick out of that than scoring."
For Lusher, it's never been about the numbers. It may be hard to fathom, but as the final whistle blows, Lusher is already thinking about the next game.
I'm just working on it a little bit in each practice and getting more confident with it, and then trying it in practice, and then putting it into the game.
And with practice comes coaching. Lusher said her dad is the best coach she has had, and without his guidance, she would not be where she is today.
He pushed me really hard to get in the gym, and when I don't feel like coming, he pushes me. He knows I want to get better.
As Lusher puts the finishing touches on her athletic career at Oneida, she is ready for the next chapter in her life. When did you commit and where are you going?
I'm going to Lemoyne. I committed in August. I just really love the school and the coaches, and the team plays a team game. They love to pass the ball and move it.
And for Dad Tim, well, he just hopes his daughter can keep getting stronger at the next level.
Well, I think she could do well, but hopefully the strength doesn't hold her back.
For that, little brother Ryan is there to help. Good luck, buddy. With NCC News, this is Talha Rao. Welcome to the Sports Show. I'm your host, Talha Rao. The Syracuse Orange met with NC State to tip off its ACC tourney tonight. The Orange finished the regular season 15-8, having won its last two, while the Wolfpack finished the regular season 13-9 and came into the game riding on a 5-game win streak. As we look at Coach Boeheim looking on in the first quarter as his squad moving the ball around, great to good passing, leading to a flush by Quincy Guerrier as the bench celebrates. And it's Joe Girard with a nice hesitation move, drives straight to the hole, gets the call and the bucket. And the Buddy Boeheim show was in session as the youngster took the game over. Buddy had 26 points on 10 of 16 shooting. Talk about efficiency there. In the second half, Buddy finds Guerrier. He buries the triple, giving Syracuse a 9-point lead. Dennis Marek Dolezaj is running the floor, finding, you guessed it, Buddy buckets with the arm and the bucket from deep. Later in the second, with Cuse leading by 15, Alan Griffin finds Robert Broswell wide open for the corner three. SU leading big in the second quarter as Griffin drives to the bucket to put the finishing touches on this one. The Orange advanced to the next round of the ACC tournament. Coach Boeheim on the keys to Syracuse's victory over the Wolfpack after the game.
That we have been, our defense has been pretty good the last 3 games. The second half, the first 10, 15 minutes, our defense was really good. I thought that was a big difference in the game. We got some stops, and they couldn't stop us. And, it was, again, a really good offensive game.
The Orange will face Virginia in the next round of the ACC tournament. Now the Colgate Raiders face Bucknell in the Patriot League semifinals, shooting to become the first team in league history to make it to 4 consecutive championship games. Matt Langle's squad comes into the game with a 12-1 record, looking to make it 12 wins in a row. Early action is Colgate's Keegan Records with a nice move in the post to score. He had a career-high 21 points in this one. Following him is Nelly Cummings off the screen, finding Jordan Burns for a triple. Burns had 18 of his own. And it's Cummings again off a screen. This time he'll take it and make it all by himself. Cummings had 14 points. And if you needed any reassurance as a Colgate fan in this one, that's Tucker Richardson hoisting one up from deep. And the bank is open, folks. Colgate goes on to rout Bucknell with a final of 105-75.
In the nation.
Moving along to the Northeast Championship final between Mount St. Mary's and the Bryant Bulldogs, as Syracuse's own Charles Pride sends in a triple to get things started. Pride with more of the same as he knocks down another 3. And stop me if you've seen this before, Pride's 3rd triple of the first quarter, but who's counting anymore? On to the second quarter with the Bulldogs down 9. Pride doing everything in his power to keep his team in it. The Syracuse native finished with 33 points while playing all of 40 minutes in the game. But the valiant effort wasn't quite enough as the Bulldogs lose on their home court for the first time this season. And Mount St. Mary are your 2021 Northeast Conference champions. High school football games are nearly upon us, folks. Wednesday was the first day that local high school teams could practice, and the Cicero North football team's festivities are underway. Head coach Dave Klein spoke on the excitement surrounding the players and the coaching staff after a long hiatus.
It's unbelievable. It's great. It's great to be back out here. Great to be playing again. We're just ecstatic to be out here and get a chance to be with the kids. And we love being with each other. And again, they haven't done this in 15 months. This is what they've been waiting for, this opportunity to come out here and have some fun.
It's awesome to be out here just with everyone. It's just a great energy, and I miss my guys. I miss my boys.
The North Stars will face Baldwinsville to kick off its season this Friday. On to the ice, where the Syracuse Crunch faced off against the Rochester Amerks at the Upstate Medical University Arena. In the first period, with the Amerks leading by a goal, it's power play time for the Crunch as Saran Noel ties it up. On to the second period, Amerks leading by a score already, and it's Rochester's Andrew Ogilvie. With the redirect, Amerks go on to defeat the Crunch with a final score of 4-2. And that'll do it for the sports segments. I'm your host, Talha Rao, signing off. Till next time. What a day it's been for sports fans around the nation, highlighted by the biggest game of the year. I'm Talha Rao. Welcome to the Sports Show. Now, the Syracuse Mets season will be prolonged by at least 30 days following ESPN's report of the Major League's decision to use alternate sites for MLB teams in 2021, much like the pandemic-riddled 2020 season. MLB's Executive Vice President of Baseball Operations, Morgan Schwartz, said, and I quote, "This is a prudent step to complete the Major League and minor league seasons as safely as possible." On to the ice, where Saran Noel and the Crunch tried to stop its 3-game skid as they hosted Rochester on Saturday. In the second period, it's Brady Keeper bringing the Crunch within a score of Rochester at 2-1. 5 minutes later, it's Grigory Denisenko sending one home on the power play for Syracuse. On to the second half, as we are tied up at 2. Ryan Scarfo of Rochester says, "Look what I found," and scores. Crunch drops its 4th straight as Rochester comes out on top 3-2. Well, that's all the time we have for you on the Sports Show. Thanks for joining us. This is Talha Rao signing off. Till next time.